then if you're going to do the formless absorptions, then you change a little bit, because the first formless absorption is infinite space. So there you imagine whatever your object of meditation was, filling all of space, and then you remove your object and just stay focused on the space. And then going to the second formless, which is infinite consciousness, then you see that there's a consciousness that's perceiving the space, so the consciousness is infinite like the space, and you dwell on that. Yeah. Then when you get to the third, then that's the base of the nothingness. Then you eliminate the consciousness, and you stay focused on nothingness. And then in the fourth, it's called the peak of samsara, or neither discrimination nor non-discrimination. And so at that point, the mind's very refined, that it's very difficult to say whether you can even discriminate objects or can't. But those four formless ones, though deeper states of concentration, are not very good for meditating on wisdom, because the mind is too refined, too much like that. Okay. Mm-hmm.
In that confusion about meditating on empty space as being the way to meditate on emptiness, is it possible to have that kind of confusion that would take you even into those formless absorptions? Can you go that far into the formless absorptions with the idea that you're meditating on emptiness?
Can you go into the formless absorptions with the idea that you're meditating on emptiness? If you've been able to focus on actual emptiness, okay, the non-affirming negative, while you're still in the jhanas, then I don't think you'd lose that going into the formless. And but I don't think you're going to meditate on emptiness so much in the formless absorptions, because they're just the mind's too refined. They say it's not as beneficial. Well, it's beneficial in the sense, the bodhisattvas perfect all those stages of concentration. And they're able to go in and out of all these different stages, in one moment. And so it makes the mind very nimble, very quick, which, of course, if you're a bodhisattva, is going to be really important if you want to emanate many bodies to be of benefit to sentient beings. So developing that kind of dexterity with your mind, I think the bodhisattvas would use those kinds of concentrations for that purpose.
When you went into the third, the rapture and the bliss, you said something about letting go the course and the subtle engagement. Those are specifically focusing on virtuous objects in a certain level of detail.
Yeah, when you have, in the first jhana, you have the coarse and refined engagement. So they're really important to keep your mind on the object. But once you go to the second jhana, you don't need those so much.
But you still have the virtuous object that's
there
in your mind.
Right.
You don't need that type of discipline to...
Right. Sometimes it could be a virtuous object, it could be a neutral object, because the Buddha also taught this meditation on the kasinas, so. Mm-hmm.
They often say that supernatural powers are gained through concentration, but
yeah,
that's a pretty broad statement considering there's 8 levels of absorption. And
okay.
They
say usually that the supernatural powers, you work with the 4th jhana, if I remember correctly, to gain those. Okay, so different miraculous powers, going under the earth and walking on water and that kind of stuff. And then the divine eye, which can see other places, the divine ear, which can hear different sounds, the ability to see previous lives, one's own previous lives, and the ability to see sentient beings dying and being born again. Yeah. And then the 6th of those, sometimes they include the 6th one, which is knowledge of the destruction of all taints, of all pollutants. In other words, knowledge that you've attained liberation. Okay, so it gives us some idea that, you know, these kinds of states of concentration are possible, you know. And they say we've even had them before and been born in those realms before. But, you know, since we haven't had renunciation, we haven't had wisdom, though we've gotten born in those realms, then after that karma is used up, then, you know, back down to the desire realm.